Hello and welcome back if you're returning. Hold on 1 second. There we go. My name is Burr, and if you are a fan of MMOs, RPGs, JRPGs, obscure video games, art, or music, then you should subscribe because that's what we do here. Also, don't forget to give this video a like if you're over on YouTube, because it not only lets me know you like the content you're seeing, but it really helps with pushing us out there and boosting us up in the algorithm so more people can come recognize how cool we are and hang out with us. So yeah, don't forget to like, it's pretty important. Also, if you prefer Twitch, I do have a Twitch and we stream at the same time as YouTube. You can follow me over there. And we are trying to get to 1K subscribers. Sorry, dog is shaking my foot. He does an itchy face, so sorry. Anyway, we're trying to get to 1K subscribers. So yeah, once we get there, we're going to be doing a live art stream where I'll be drawing pictures for you guys as a way of saying thank you for being so cool. I feel like now's a good time to subscribe if you've been hanging out or watching and you haven't yet, because it's just going to get us there sooner. And last time we did an art stream, it was pretty fun time. It was chill. Just hung out, listened to some tunes, chatted. It was a good time. Yeah. And I think that's about it. Today we're doing Pandaemonium, the normal synced raid. Pandaemonium. I'm pretty excited about it. Ooh, time, baby. Hi, JC. Hi, Sean. Hi, Tony. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's actually a dress, but I wore shorts today because I don't know. But it's a really fun dress. I was inspired by the warm weather. It's kind of feeling like it's trying to be summer out there, so I was like, let's do tie-dye. And to combat this dark atmosphere we're going to be having tonight in Pandaemonium. Because I can't imagine it's going to get any brighter after last part. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm also excited. I've got, not going to say anything yet, but I have a Final Fantasy XIV themed series that I'm going to start doing on the channel. It's not going to be streamed. It's like a separate video series that I'm going to start doing for you guys. So I'll keep you informed when I actually get to work on that and once it gets posted, but I'm very excited about it. I think it's a cool idea, and it's something not a lot of people have done yet, so I hope you'll enjoy it. But yeah, that's all I'm saying about it right now. Just be hyped. Oh no, I see. Yeah, that's important. That is, don't worry, it'll be cold in another day or two, Sean. That's how it goes up here. Yeah, tie-dye dresses are a little more uncommon, but that's why I saw it. I was like, yeah, I like that. Cute. So, I don't know if I'm supposed to grab a quest. Did we start something? I have no idea what we're supposed to do. Hey, Latios! So yeah, if you guys are over and made it over to Midgardstormer, sorry, he's beating his face up. If you made it over here, then let me find you, whoever wants in, because I will add you to my party. We can all party together. Let's see. And then I'll figure out where I'm supposed to go get this next quest. I don't know if he has a quest symbol over his head. Who's on? Oh, I see Latios. Oh, there's Tony. There you go. And I know I saw Arabelle say she won't be joining us tonight, which is sad, but I think she's just going away, so that'll be nice to get away for a while. So, alright. we'll see who ends up coming in, and we can try queuing up here, and then if it's like, I don't know, if you think we'll have better luck on like Crystal, like getting people, we can all try to move over to a different world or server too. I'm totally flexible with that. I just am very excited to get this going. I kind of need an escape. This week's been a little stressful, but yeah. See, where do I go from here? Do I go in there? Do we have the thing ready? Like, what do we do? We already did this one, right? Or did we? I'm so confused. What did we do last time? I should have watched the video. We did this one, right? Yeah. That's the fourth one. Where's the next part? I guess I can look it up. I guess that's Google is a thing, isn't it? Oh, that cage is moving. I didn't realize the cage just moved. Let me see. I'm gonna go out to Elpis and then I'll see what the next part of this is. Labyrinthos. Okay, awesome. Let me try that. That's right. I do recall him saying, "Oh, sure." Thanks. I recall that person now saying something about Labyrinthos. Oh yes, look, Sean, you will love these. Latios helped with some warrior training, and then afterwards we went and got me all the horses. So you'll casually see me riding all of them, but this one's Nightmare. This is a unicorn. It's so cool. It makes the hoof sounds. It's so fun. I thought of you because they're all different colored horses. Look at this, sleeping on the job. Must have had a rough night, this one. Ah. Oh, hi, Jake. The god of evil. Oh, no. Wow, that sounds. Yes, I've got the horse of a different element. Is this who I'm supposed to talk to? Namiji? Allow me to thank you personally for your contribution to our research. Your stories of the ancients' creations have planted the seeds of a great many theories, and I cannot wait for them to flourish. I think so. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's these guys who wanted me to go back into the past. I remember now. I was like, what happened? All I remember was the vampire. Like, he was very, he cuts a striking figure, I will say. That's... So he's been... I've been thinking about him. He's been living rent-free in my mind, as the kids say. Professor Claudian has asked me to write detailed records of your investigation. If you wouldn't mind staying for a while, I would ask you to tell me more of your adventures in the past. Adventures that started with that mysterious crystal seemingly containing a message declaring a crisis in this Pandaemonium. Of course, Professor Claudian will eventually make a report, but we are deficient on concrete facts at present. Okay, cool. We'll just talk to her then. To that end, I suppose a comprehensive catalog of the beasts you encountered in the Asphodella circles would be a fine starting point. Yes, I require every gory detail, every hair-raising description. She's like, something funny about you, little one. Yamiji, I bought the volumes you asked for, but are you quite certain we need all of this just to research the crystals? Some of these habitats of aquatic life forms and myths and folklore of the phoenix, for example, seem to have a little bearing on the subject. In fact, many of these tomes seem to be related to the creatures of Pandaemonium Burr spoke of. Surely we have better things to do with our time. Burr has already encountered and subdued them, so what use could further insight offer? Oh, okay, Jay. I see. That's so funny. On the contrary, Risano, we would be remiss in our duty as academics not to take out every opportunity to learn more of these subjects. To view the creatures of bygone times through the lens of modern science is a dream so few have the chance to achieve. Of course, I'll not deny a personal interest in the matter. As I thought. Well, there were enough relevant volumes for me to fulfill your request this once. If you wish to sate your appetite for knowledge again, might you do so on your own time? Girl, I have to agree with him. Shall we proceed? Tell me everything you remember, and please spare not a single detail. I don't easily frighten, you may be assured. We might start with your battle with this transformed warder. Ericthonius, was it? I would also like to hear of the keyword and the nature of his metamorphosis. She's like, okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Good. Thank you for this priceless information. Well, I'm disappointed I couldn't behold your foes with my own eyes. Your stories have given me more than enough to write sufficiently thorough descriptions. Perhaps we should also include basic theories concerning the growth and behavior of these creatures. It would give our little catalog some flavor, wouldn't you agree? We could start with... Ah, I have it! Aquatic life forms in our time have been observed to grow to sizes that are orders of magnitude larger than their larval forms. In fact, it may not be so preposterous to posit that the hippocampus you encountered was merely the larval form of a much more massive, and dare I say horrific, entity. She's scaring her. No, don't look at me like I'm some mad magus. Breakthroughs have been precipitated by even wilder theories than that. As the professor always says, we mustn't let logic stand in the way of brilliance. Until proven one way or the other, every hypothesis is a valid one. Ah, there is nothing quite like the ambrosia of inspiration. Are we making records or creating fairy tales? Your ideas are intriguing, Tui. She's like, I'll take it on. So long as I make a note in the margins of my records indicating that a theory is unproven, we can let our imaginations run wild. Yes, I said our. You needn't be a researcher to have an idea that will leave its mark for generations. That's so funny. All right, now we'll go talk to the other guy. Oh my goodness! Look at them! Oh. Just got trampled on by a T-Rex. Cute! I have one of those. The Kieran! Oh. Yeah, I'll squeeze right in between you. It's the mama, the papa, and the baby, Kieran. Perfect. They're so cool. I love that they included the Kieran. I remember reading or learning about the legend of it like way back in like maybe middle school. I always thought it was cool. Don't ask me about what the legend is now, but I know it's a dragon, a legendary dragon. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, that's creepy eyeball. Creepy. Burr, I've made a breakthrough. After uncountable days and nights, I finally hearkened to the crystal's whispers, and I must say... Yes, from Ghost Rider. Professor Claudian, where are your manners? While I understand all too well your enthusiasm, I must remind you that even the most academically inclined prefer a composed recounting of events. Ah, yes, of course. My apologies, Burr. Being consumed by my research for so long, I'm afraid I have quite forgotten how to engage in civilized conversation. In that case, perhaps we should start from the beginning. With the crystal set adrift upon the ethereal tides containing the memories of a party yet unknown, they cried out for deliverance from Pandaemonium, where the ancients kept volatile creations under lock and key. You yourself witnessed the power devouring the facility from within, and the advent of a divine monstrosity wrought a mythic beast and powerful mage. Fortunately, your martial prowess and the combined magical talents of your companions, Themis and Ericthonius, was sufficient to restore order to the circles of Asphodelos, but the greater threat remains. In the depths of Pandaemonium, a presence yet stirs, its intentions and identity shrouded in mystery. That is the issue at hand, is it not? Since you returned to us, we worked tirelessly to discern the nature of the crystal. In the process, I detected an anomalous etheric signature which I believe arose from the memories stored within. An analysis of this pattern suggested a feeling of loss or yearning, specifically the yearning to be made whole. And indeed, ambient readings have revealed a faint but identical signature. This can only mean that another such crystal exists in our time. So, my friend, I must depart to search for it forthwith. By tracing the matching etheric signatures to its source, I believe it will be a simple matter to find our crystal's twin. Professor, will this expedition be carried out only by us, or will Burr grace us with her protection? I'm afraid she has more pressing matters to attend to, my dear Rousseau. Namely, to seek out secrets which lie nestled within Pandaemonium, where this all began. From all that we have heard, it appears that time traversal from the Crystal Tower is not fluid. That is to say, one can but travel in predetermined intervals. It would be prudent to check in on occasion, in case there are any unanticipated changes. As for you, my loyal assistants, I would ask you to remain here and continue cataloging the ancient creations. You can't mean. Do you intend to search for the crystal on your own? Why, yes, that would be the most efficient use of resources, would it not? In fact, I have already commissioned a ship and pilot for that very purpose. I trust you to take good care of the laboratory in my absence. Is it Sid? It's always Sid. They do. Giant gyroscopes just make them look like scientists. That's what scientists use. Sephiroth will wipe the world. Oh dear. He only likes to try to do that. I apologize for that somewhat abrupt departure. When progress is in sight, Professor Claudian tends to become blind to all else. Indeed, and he has been worse than usual. While I cannot fault him for his excitement, I do wish he would spare a thought for those around him. For reasons unknown, the crystal seems loath to be overheard. Much as it spoke only to you last time, none but the professor has been able to capture its ethereal yearning. which has served only to convince him that he can solve this puzzle on his own. Surely after some time alone he'll come to remember how valuable we are. The search for this crystal seemed to be a simple enough matter. Let him have his adventure, and upon his return, I'm certain he'll be back to his usual self. Is this like the ring? Like the one ring to rule them all? As for you, Burr, it may be best to return to Pandaemonium, as Professor Claudian suggested. Speaking of which, I did have a request of my own to make. Traveling to Pandaemonium requires you to pass through Elpis, correct? There is something I would have you investigate in my stead. While those creations confined within Pandaemonium are considered to be failures, I doubt that's their whole story. Barring exceptional cases, they must have been under observation in Elpis before being consigned to their shackles. And if we know anything about the ancients, it's that they would have kept thorough records of the results. Oh, brilliant! Delving into these records may shed light on these creatures Burr has yet to encounter. If your theory proves correct, that is. While there are no guarantees, it certainly beats the current strategy of rushing forward blindly with only her strength to carry the day. For your own sakes as well as ours, please unearth what information you can. So courteous, so polite, so respectful. The bowing and the courtesy. All right. So back to the Crystarium. No. Takes me through the Crystarium though. I guess here. I think it's okay to go here. It's just, it says Elpis is in Norfolk. Because I guess technically it is. Alright! Let's see if I can get another one of those horsies. We saw that one. There we go. Here's a fire horse for you. Up and away. So cool. Oops, oops. Just crashing the tree though, you know. No big. It's so fun. Like Rapidash. Pew. Ponytail Rapidash. I love the hoof sounds. Okay. Alright, sorry. Cool Rapidash. I know, same. They're so fun. You seek records of Pandaemonium's creations. Master Themis has just finished perusing the very same. Second. Sorry. I should not be surprised that we both arrived at the same conclusion. Luckily, I have saved you the trouble and gleaned what information I could. Ah, so you know each other. I was dreading having to once again scour the archives, but perhaps instead I'll rest for a spell. If there's nothing else, I shall take my leave. As should we. For I have undone the warning sigil blocking the entrance to Abyssos. I came here merely to chase an idle suspicion while awaiting your return. Fortunately, while Pandaemonium's protective wards continue to be assailed by our unknown foe, there have been no fluctuations so great to make me doubt Eric Thordius' capacity to watch over Asphodelos while I'm away. He works diligently to master internment, that he might deliver the creations back to their cages by his own hand. I thought it best to give him time to hone his craft. And since fate has brought us both here, I would ask you to accompany me while I attend to another matter. More idle suspicions that I would like to chase down. Rest assured, it shall not take long. I simply have a few questions to ask an acquaintance of mine. He has agreed to meet us near the news to Pandaemonium. Weirdo. Now we gotta fly back to the gates of Pandaemonium. Up, up. Up, up. Let's see if I can. There we go. Water horse. Up, up, and away. So it leaves water trail. Just raining on the people below us, that's all. Just a little sprinkle. They're so fun. Do 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 do. So peaceful, Elpis. I could see why the Asians wanted to go back to this. It's like so nice. We're on top of the water. Oops. I wanted to make it look like she's running on top. Yeah, I am enjoying the Pandaemonium one so far a lot. Is this where you wanted to be? Oh yes, right here. I like learning about the Asians. It's very cool. It does match. As I have pondered our expedition into Pandaemonium, I could not help but be mystified by how strongly the warders we encountered felt for La Habrea, whether it be for good or ill. Hesperos and Ericthonios were two sides of the same coin. The former looked to his mentor with absolute devotion, while the latter looks to his father with bald hatred. I would not expect a familiar such as you to understand this, but such extreme emotions toward a single individual are quite rare indeed. Naturally, I feel gratitude toward my mother and father, yet we are all equals in the larger picture of the star. This view is not unique to myself. It is more or less accepted as the way of things. By contrast, the researchers of Pandaemonium seem to view La Habrea with a feeling approaching obsession. Whether driven by love or hate, they have all been drawn to him. There were many other aspects of the facility's particulars I found troubling. Besides, I decided the best course of action would be to go straight to the source and pose my questions to a member of the Words of La Habrea. My apologies to have kept you waiting, Master Thimus. I understand you are conducting an investigation of Pandaemonium and wish to know its origins. Indeed. In particular, I wish to know why exactly Pandaemonium was built directly under Elpis. The facility is overseen by the Words of La Habrea, after all. Why keep it so close to Elpis, whose governing body has no say in its day-to-day operations? At first I thought it to be simply a matter of convenience. Those creations which were deemed failures by the researchers of Elpis could be easily ushered into their new homes. Imagine my surprise when a trip to the archives revealed that many of the creations were sent from organizations beyond Elpis, including from the Words of La Habrea themselves. Given this, albeit limited, information, I cannot but feel that the Academia and Niner would have been a more fitting locale. What does Alphys have that cannot be found there? These are fitting questions and ones we have asked ourselves many times in recent years. Alas, the nature of Pandaemonium's construction does not lend itself to relocation. When first it was built, circumstances weren't as they are now. As you surmise, the majority of the creations kept within Pandaemonium were sent from Elpis. Yet as the years passed, interest changed. Failures and creations deemed too flawed even to submit to Elpis paradoxically drew the attention of Pandaemonium's researchers. That is quite the change, and in fact it almost runs counter to the facility's original purpose. Who is it that decides which creations will be the subject of research? Master La Habrea. Such authority is reserved for the chief keyword, and he has taken it upon himself to step into that role. So if Pandaemonium's resources were being misused, it would be under La Habrea's authority, correct? Rotro, nah, La Habrea. Lala bread. You messing things up? I would say that's a shocker, but I know not what you're suggesting, but the keywords also hold some sway within the facility. Not even Master La Habrea would be free from their scrutiny. They are duty-bound to report any irregularities as soon as possible. Although I admit as of late their communication has been somewhat sporadic, we but recently received a report from one of the keywords stating that all is well within Pandaemonium's halls. Really? And you are certain, like, that a keyword sent it? Yes, of course. Our communications suffered a temporary obstruction, but I can assure you that the words did their due diligence in confirming the identity of the sender. Thank you. This information will be helpful to my investigation. That will be all for my prying. Then I shall take my leave. While you are yet permitted to conduct your investigation freely, I must remind you that the warder's work is delicate, and it would be remiss to disturb them for longer than is necessary. La-di-da. All is well. A blatant lie, and to that we can both attest. One of the remaining keywords is most certainly in league with the party behind this. Let us hurry. I know not why our adversary sent that report, but 'tis plain that we must return to Pandaemonium with haste. Gonna take a swig of my drink. Give me a sec. You know, this Canadian wildfire stuff is happening, and I don't think that's helping my allergies at all either. Just gonna throw that out there. It's actually surprising because I went out and I'm like, why is it so like hazy out, or it looks like it's gonna start raining, and then I was like, oh yeah, there's wildfires happening, which is very sad. I don't think it's nice. I hope that no one is affected too much by the wildfires, but I think they're messing with my allergies even more. I blame it. I think this thing is so funny, so cute. Oh, my otter was eaten. Little ferret. All right. Let's do this. Where are we going? We're going into the place now? Yes. Away. So cool. Yeah, I was in Florida for the last one, so I remember hearing about it, but I didn't realize how I didn't experience it. So it's interesting to be experiencing it this time, to say the least. I cannot guess as to why this false report has arisen now, but it certainly bodes ill, as does the knowledge that our mysterious mastermind has at least one more keyword to puppet. Regardless, they have tipped their hand, and we would be remiss to leave Erechthonios at the mercy of their machinations. Let us hope no harm has befallen him. Oh dang! Is he possessed? Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, Sean, that's crazy. Well, he looks a little angry. Not quite. But maybe not. Oh, he's just trying to use that spell. That's right. I've traced these sigils countless times, yet still I lack the strength to maintain the spell. And now time works against me. I can no longer be victim to my own ineptitude. Wait, who goes there? Ah, oh! Hehe, there's something to be admired in such single-minded effort, even if your methods leave much to be desired. You allowed this familiar to catch you unawares. Have you yet your sights so high as to forget you walk upon the earth? I know this creature, a familiar of the Phoenix, but that monster is locked away. That it is. In spite of the trouble I went to freeing it, I might add, begrudge me for addressing you in this ill-fitting form if you must, but with control of Asphodelos wrested from my grasp, 'tis simply the best I can offer you. Sean stumped? They got him! Hide if you will, but mark my words, I will find you, and make you pay for the chaos you've sown. Now, there's no need for such hostility. The calm heart stays the course. The wisdom of La Habrea, your father. And how would you know what wisdom he speaks? I have heard those words many times. The scolding of a tutor whose students struggled to grasp the most rudimentary lessons, seething with disgust. No. I've not told that to anyone, not even keyword Hesperos. That can only mean one thing. That still you insist on mocking me. Stop this farce, La Habrea. At last you move to keep up. Pity that you remain behind, nevertheless. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. What? As ever you are, always you fail to learn, fail to understand, fail to act. And though fate deigned to offer an escape, you remain here. You are bereft of magical prowess and common sense both. But you need not despair. Dull though you may be, you are yet indispensable to Pandaemonium's great experiment. Ugh, there's the affection I remember. Tell me, did I ever once measure up to your expectations? You shall. Take pride in that and rejoice to see your wish fulfilled. What? What wish? Come, and all shall be revealed. All this rage, this hatred, is but a consequence of ignorance. Our desires align more than you know. What are you? Uninvited guest join our reunion. It seems fortune no longer favors you. The heck is going on here? Chop that eyeball right in half. Do you think I have any interest in listening to your prattle, let alone bowing to your will? I am no longer a child, and my faith lies with those who have earned it. To these are the heroes who brought Hesperus low, even as power divine flowed through his veins. 'Tis plain there are worthier subjects to contend with. Huh. Huh. That's craziness. So La Habrea is evil. But I'm honestly guessing it's not the same La Habrea that we see in the future. Something tells me it's not. Thank you. If you had shown up even a moment later, I shudder to think what would have become of me. Fond memories. There's something I must tell you. I know who's behind this. There is but one person who can hold thrall over familiar creation and keyword alike. Sad to say, but your father seems like a D-bag. And so there can be but one conclusion. La Habrea was the driving force behind this chaos from the start. There is logic to that. There are few with the wherewithal to even consider experimentation on such a scale, let alone the capacity to create demigods from man and beast, with the rest of us none the wiser. Considering the magnitude of his work with the convocation and the words, his relatively minor role as chief keyword comes under little scrutiny, even as it provides him the authority to wield dangerous magics. It may serve as veil and mantle both. Still, I find the notion hard to accept. The misdeeds perpetrated here could not have been done by the La Habrea I know. You have met him, yes? Do you think he's capable of this? If it's the same guy, yeah. Sorry. What will you say? Lala Bread is capable of far more than you know. It's still too early to say for certain. Yeah, you don't even know. Is he? So, you believe La Habrea to be a man of few scruples if it brings his goals closer in reach? That alone should be enough, but let me assure you, La Habrea holds nothing so dear as his own ambition. While he may not be one to let emotion stand in the way of his mission, I cannot believe there are no depths to which he would not stoop. Although we met but briefly, the impression he left on me stands in stark contrast to your evaluation. Though his methods are ever unorthodox, they seemed guided by a firm understanding of what is just. There's one way to find out for certain. We delve deeper into Pandaemonium and pull back the curtain on this mystery ourselves. Lala Bread. Yes, that's what I called him when we were in ARR. Good times. Wise course. I would not deny the truth if I saw it with my own eyes, even if it was discomforting to behold. then we must move forward with no excess of caution. Labrea, or whomever is behind this, has likely spread their tentacles into every corner of Pandaemonium. We can safely assume the other keywords will greet us with open arms. Agreed. Let us make our way through Abyssos one careful step at a time. Such devastation indeed. I shall stay by Theos' side in case our enemies think to target him again. Could I trouble you to take the vanguard? I got it. I got it. Thank you. As a precaution, I'll safeguard you with a simple spell. This will ensure that even should we become separated, my phantom warriors will come to your aid. If it does come to battle, the keyword's magics will put us at a disadvantage once again. Luckily, we have you to even the scale somewhat. I trust you shall be liberal with your weight. Don't worry, my phantom friends and I are so ready. We ready to take it all on. All right. So is anybody else signed on? Does anybody else want to join in? Doesn't look like anyone's over here. I don't think. Let's try queuing up and see what the damage is. See how long it says it'll take. Oh, 6 minutes. That shouldn't take too long. I'm excited. Whoa, okay. That was faster than 6 minutes. Woohoo! Look at that. What they do? What? Oh. This music though. Oh, it's so cool. This is awesome. With the creation Proto Carbuncle. What? Carbuncle is mixed with a gremlin. I know, right? That wouldn't be good. Oh wait, we do have a ton of vipers in here. That's so funny. Just jamming, just ran right in there. Boop. Got it. Oh. Oh wait, not that. Wait, this one. shoot. I'm so confused. Go here. Okay. Okay. He likes busting me with the tank buster. Ah! No, 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 I don't like it. Oh, hello. Ooh. No, 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 he's escaping? Oh. Yep. Ruby! Oh, the drool. The drool hanging out. Oh, what did he eat? One of us? Bam. Oh, he does kind of move like Beast from X-Men, doesn't he? Oops. Oop, oop, oop. Oh gosh, I'm gonna die. Don't do it, don't do it. It's stuck in the middle of the sludge. Whoa, did we do it? Woohoo! I think, wait, is this it? Maybe. Good job, everyone. That was fun. I liked it. I like the little like cutscene where he knocked it all apart. But good job, everybody. That was so funny. There were like 3 vipers in here. 3 viper party. That's so funny. Huh. Here's all of them. It's the remix. So funny. That all Lalas? That's hilarious. That's great. You guys had your own little posse. Look at the shrooms. So this is what research is conducted on creations imbued with poisons and venoms. Acthonius and I will convey not far from here. It seems our foe is finding it more difficult to surprise us. Fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. Even though you are a force to be reckoned with, part of me is glad you emerged victorious, that I might observe you further. Who it is? Is this La Brea? Red mask holder. Were the circumstances different, I might thank you for keeping my son alive for this long, but I believe we can forego introductions, unless I have misread you. She's like, what? You didn't have a beard? Brea, I'm all too familiar, Paragon. Am I supposed to know who you are? Go with that second one. I like to see what the wrong answers are. A charming appellation, but I'm afraid I hold no such position. No, I am Mahabrea of the Convocation of 14. But look at her face, she said it with such conviction. If you truly are who you claim to be, then answer this question. That can wait. Look, what is this? Now this is curious. The trap I wove at your feet reacts to ether, but you remain unaffected. Such thin ether, and in an unfamiliar composition besides. Which is of no matter, I suppose. A more direct approach will beget the same results. I would advise you to think carefully before deciding your next action. Strike me down here, and Acthonios' wish shall remain unfulfilled. Never again shall he meet Athena. Mother, you would dare hide behind her name. Listen well, Acthonius. We are of the same mind concerning your mother. You have your allies for protection, so what harm is there in hearing me out? Acthonius, wait. There is a question I must needs ask first. If you truly are La Habrea, why speak such blatant lies? Bitter defeat, are we? Say my name. A simple request. Davis, was it? A trifle soon forgotten, as are you. Huh. So it's not really La Habrea? I have my answer. The La Habrea that I knew took pride in the convocation and would never suffer its denigration. I like how his eyes are so glowy. So pretty. You sully his station with this farce. Demas, what are you saying? La Habrea and I hardly saw eye to eye, but I know his voice when I hear it. Indeed, he makes a passing fine imitation in appearance and manner. However, the real La Habrea would never call me by the name Themis. Demas? Oh, it does look like Venus flytraps. A bunch of them. What trouble have you gotten yourself into, Elidibus? What? Elidibus? I wondered if that was him. Imposter! You have no right to claim that form, that mask. All these different peoples. What? Who? It was a mask that sickened me to wear. The mask of La Habrea, a man who values his position above all, who would murder his own wife in pursuit of duty. Yet you would assume my name and wield powers that are mine by right. Any worth you may have hinges on that which you so despise. Such trite provocations. I will not be goaded into finishing this ere my work is done. Dorcthonius, listen well. I am Hephaestus, and it is I whom you should call father. That's it. Bye. What in the name of creation? I'm feeling it. I'm glad somebody's on the same page, because I'm like, what the heck is going on? I feel like I missed like half a series somewhere. We would do well not to stand idle while our enemy is about. I believe an explanation is in order, Elidibus. Let us return to safety so you may provide it. Ah, that sounds more like the La Habrea I know. Before we depart, however, I must offer you an apology. As La Habrea said, I am Elidibus, one of the Convocation, an emissary of their will. For reasons which do not involve you, it was necessary to hide my identity while investigating this place. Still, that hardly excuses my deception. I had a feeling. Whatever your name is, you're still Themis to me. I know a thing or two about deception myself. It is reassuring to hear the burdens we bear are heavy enough without adding a grudge to their weight. In any case, we have pressing matters to attend to. Let us do as La Habrea suggested and return to the gates. We can speak there. Please help him. Save him. My dad. Hearing voices again. From the poison fog. As you are aware by now, I am known as Elidibus. After my dear friend Azam and I detected irregularities in Pandaemonium, we decided the best course of action would be to hide my station as I conducted my investigation. I am sure La Habrea as well is eager to find out why I hid who I was, so I shall save that story for later. First, I would like to speak of you, my friend. Although neither Azam nor I had ever met you in the flesh, you came with her highest recommendation. That alone was enough for me to accept you as an ally without question. That somewhere in the world, a guiding star so similar to herself was out there, amused Azam to no end. There was not a shade of doubt in her heart that you would be a formidable ally. Furthermore, I have heard stories that Mistress Fina, who held the position of Azam previously, journeyed with a familiar much like yourself. That made the decision to trust you all the easier. She, too, now dons the white robes of an advisor. If she placed her absolute faith in you, I knew I would be in capable hands. Aware, though, I was of the path you had walked, I had no interest in exposing you. I merely wanted to meet you, to travel by your side for a while. I may know but a small portion of your whole story, but that is enough for me to believe you would never lead me astray. I wanted to tell you that. Oh. Oh, well. Well, let's take our intermission now, then, before we jump into the next part. So, give me, let's say, 5 minutes, and we shall return in a jiffy. Sorry, my phone is dying, so I was like, let me just make sure everything's still connected. Okay. Alright. Doggo time. Be back in 5 minutos. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good break. I hope you are rested, refreshed, and ready to get going. Yeah, this just keeps getting wilder and wilder. I don't know how to feel about it. But we're just gonna jump back in. Don't know how long it's been since last we spoke, Lahabrea. And truth be told, I hoped we never would again. But I see now that I was a fool to think I could ever escape your meddling. Just what is that thing that called himself Lahabrea? Why is he the spitting image of your younger self? I find it hard to believe you've only just now found out such a being was wreaking havoc in Pandaemonium. Did you think matters would simply sort themselves out? Oof. I suppose you deserve at least a cursory explanation. I was well aware of the anomalies occurring within Pandaemonium, including the fact that Azam and Elidibus had taken it upon themselves to investigate. I saw no reason to insert myself into the situation, for a time, that was. Imagine my surprise when instead of a formal report from you and yours, I received a communication from one of the keywords stating that research and operations were proceeding as usual. While Hephaestus' deception was almost childish in its simplicity, it became plain to me that your grasp on the situation was slipping. So you knew of his existence from the beginning. I can hardly imagine that you would suffer another to masquerade as one of the convocation. Not without good reason, at least. Sorry, itchy dog. As you well know, the name Lahabrea is but a marker of my station. 'Tis not the name I was born with. Hephaestus has claimed that for himself. I cannot fault him for it, as he is my other half, in a manner of speaking. He knows all that I know, my equal in every way, yet within his heart is naught but greed, envy, and desire, all the emotions that we are loath to acknowledge within ourselves. If what you say is true, what purpose would such a being serve? He is the product of experimentation gone awry, a reminder of the days when I was yet young and reckless. I thought him sealed away for good, but it seems time has a way of unearthing this shame we bury. What? When he spoke of my mother, he looked at you with venom in his eyes, blamed you for her death. Tell me, was he right to do so? His words were but the ramblings of a tortured mind. The hatred and despair he endures has warped his view of the world irreparably. and now that he has awakened, he must be put to rest. If he succeeds in breaching Pandaemonium's protective wards, he shall invite disaster unto our star. As chief keyword of Pandaemonium, it is my duty to decide the proper course of action. As such, I declare that all research shall be summarily abandoned and the facility destroyed. You... What? You would leave the other warders to their doom? 'Tis a choice befitting La Habrea. Do you disagree? You speak of duty, and ours is to guide our star and its inhabitants upon the correct course. It is no surprise that you would choose annihilation of Pandaemonium if its existence posed even the remotest risk to our people. Yet, as you can see by Eric Thornius's response, the decision is somewhat more nuanced than that. Azam and I grappled with this conundrum for some time, in fact. That is precisely why I chose to involve myself directly. 'Twas the only way I could truly determine the best solution. And you need not trouble yourself with that further. The chief keyword must prevent the worst from occurring, no matter the cost. Your feelings, Elidibus, are of no consequence. Have you taken even a moment to consider another path? No! You've spared nary a thought for aught but yourself and your duty. You have no idea of the trials we've endured, the foes that Burr has stood against. Yeah. Yeah. Burr, is it? A being of such ether as I have never seen. What are you? She is the guiding star that shall lead us safely through this. Thanks to her stout arm and steadfast courage, we have subdued the mythic creations and returned them to their cells. Speaking of which, I would hear your opinion, Burr. As outsiders, we are in a unique position to look upon circumstances with our vision unclouded by attachment. It's too soon to give up on saving the others. La Habrea can't be trusted. What was that you said about being an emissary? We can't give up yet. Agreed. We still know next to nothing about Hephaestus, and I highly doubt La Habrea has been forthcoming with the truth, but we've managed to regain control of Asphodelos. He must be made to see that there's merit in continuing on this path. I have it. Speak in your official capacity as Elidibus the Emissary. Judge which approach is more sound, and even La Habrea would be compelled to listen. As Elidibus, I am duty-bound to assess the matter from a position of impartiality. My opinion as Themis can carry no weight. You understand what that means, yes? I do. Even so, you've walked with us all this time, seen that what we've seen. Based on that alone, I trust that you'll find the best way forward. Very well, then in my capacity as emissary, I shall state my judgment. At present, there are merits both in destroying Pandaemonium outright and in taking time to rescue its researchers, and neither yet is an impossible task. Therefore, I judge that the most measured choice would be to continue upon our present course. We delve into Abyssos, entering any mythic creations we encounter along the way. You have yet to witness Burr's might and Ericthonius's resolve. I would ask that you see our capabilities firsthand and only then decide if our endeavor is futile. If such is the will of the emissary, then I shall obey. However, if indeed I find your strength to be lacking, I trust there will be no objections to the immediate destruction of Pandaemonium. You needn't worry about that. We won't fail. You are bolder than I remember.
And you're even more tedious than I remember. Burr, come find me when you've finished. Eek. Family drama. Hercthonius is understandably frustrated, but if we are to conquer Abyssos, we must go forth with clear heads. Pray lend an ear to his troubles, that their weights might be lightened. Let's go listen to him and give him a little pep talk. Be like, it's okay, buddy. Sorry about your dad. You do have my gratitude, ill fit as I am to show it at the moment. Without your words to sway him, La Habrea would have carried out his plan without a second thought. When at first we realized the creations had slipped their bonds, the other keywards did all in their power to restore order. Even though they could have chosen escape, they remained to aid their allies. I'm certain not a soul among them would wish to see this facility erased from the world. And they don't deserve to be abandoned simply for carrying out their duty. No. And besides, Hephaestus has secrets yet untold. Secrets that would be buried if Pandaemonium were reduced to rubble. I mean to uncover the truth behind his words. The truth of my mother. When La Habrea was quick to dismiss his claims, I failed to see what Hephaestus would gain by fabricating such a story. All I was told of my mother's death was that she perished in an accident. No one would say more. It was almost as if they feared saying more, in fact. Even if it was not La Habrea that dealt the fatal blow, we've seen with our own eyes how quickly he could condemn others to die. I only wish to know what at last what befell her. Are we gonna have to fight her? Is she gonna be like the final boss? What do you think, Burr? Does La Habrea you know have any regard for the lives of others? Or will he carry out his duty with another's blood on his hands? Oh dear. He always was a man who worked from the shadows. He once used my ally as a vessel for his own twisted ends. I have no idea what he might be like in this age. Let's just be honest. What would possess him to do that? Even for La Habrea, such an act would be a black mark against him if it were made known. I can't imagine how much your ally suffered. But it is plain there is much to consider. Thank you, Burr. It's easy for me to get carried away by emotion where he's concerned. We should focus on the task at hand, proving to La Habrea that we are capable of saving Pandaemonium and its keepers. The most convincing way to do that will be to regain control of Abyssos. Although I'm loath to admit it, he would know more about those depths than any of us, and seeing as how we require every advantage we can afford. Burr, would you speak to him for us? He seems to have a special interest in your capabilities and may deign to help at your suggestion, if only to see what you can do. Now we gotta go talk to the dad. Huh. It's kind of funny. Okay. Family drama. Ugh. Hercthonius appears to have a deep trust in you, and Olympus tells me you share some relation to Azam. Your unusual ether does not mark you as a familiar. It is unlike anything I have seen, even among the countless concepts I have observed. To think that I would encounter an existence I could not create by my own hand. Azam never ceases to surprise. The previous Azam was much the same. In taking the entirety of the star into consideration, she came to hold dear emotions, and people that a more logical mind would have discarded. This made her act in her own self-interest more often than not. All the deep characters have daddy issues. This is true. Oh. Just as you and Elidibus have conducted yourselves in this matter, the true danger of Azem's nature is its tendency to infect all those she comes into contact with. Emmett Selleck said much the same. Trust that I shall do naught that would violate my duty. And yet you so frivolously invoked your authority as emissary to justify this little excursion. It matters little, however. Only your deeds can speak for you now. That's true. That's also true. You wish to know more of Abyssus, I take it? Although I no longer have control over many of its functions, I can yet sense what creations lie within. The chief keyword's reach is far indeed. Well then, what do we have to look forward to? I sense no creations of note. Perhaps they have been made into fodder for experimentation, or perhaps they have been transferred to the deeper circles. Yet Hephaestus would never allow you safe passage. He has left a trial for you to overcome. I speak of hegemony, keyword of Abyssus. Although her presence is stained with marks of corruption, it is unmistakable. I knew her as a woman gifted in magic and blessed with a highly logical mind. While I can sense those qualities within her, still there is something else at work. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that's because she's already been twisted into a Hemetheos, doubtless against her will. Themis, we must rescue her from that cruel fate, and if we cannot, we can at least seal her away until we find a means to undo the damage. Your allies make you bold, Arcthonius. I very much look forward to seeing how far they carry you. I know, the music. It's like, do it. Nice. The sixth circle. Is this supposed to be like heck? Like Dante is like the 9 levels of hell or whatever. 9 circles. Nice, 6 minutes. All right. Let's do it. All right. He's just such a little baby. He's so short compared to these other guys. Little baby. Oh yeah, 6 minutos. This is the part where I'll plug we have our Discord, and then we have Patreon, where I'm gonna be putting lots more behind the scenes stuff going on soon. And what else do we have? All the other links for my socials, they're all in the description under this video. All that fun stuff. How was my day? It was my day? It was alright. I feel like I was not very productive today, which always makes me annoyed. But other than that, it's nice. It's warm. It's been nice and warm the last few days. my boys heard my spiel and they think I'm ending the stream. They're too smart. Too smart. They know so many words. How is everybody else's day? I love it. I love the warmth. I need all of it. I need more of it. I need to be so hot and sweaty. Just need it. I'd rather be like really hot than freezing cold and not being able to get warm enough. Don't like the cold. Yeah, I feel that. Work is work. I'm glad you are being good, except for work. But ugh. Aw, Latios. I'm glad that you could be here too. And that sounds like a really nice chill day, Tony. That's good. Good. Oh, that makes sense, Sean. Yeah, especially depending on where you are in the apartment building. Like, the heat will take longer to get to you. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully you're not too sweaty at night. I feel like that's the only time I don't really love being warm is like when I'm sleeping and it's like I'm too hot. Can't get cool. That's uncomfortable. Ah, okay. Yeah. Not yet. They did get up and they were stretching though. Like, they thought that since I was doing my spiel in the middle that we were done. Because they're so used to me saying all that stuff at the end. That was so cute though. Too smart. Smart puppers. They surprise me with how smart they are sometimes. It's so funny. Like, I'm like, I know you guys are smart, but sometimes, like, I'll say certain things and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? They'll get all excited about it. Yes. Yeah, that can make it really hard to get comfortable at night. I agree. The birds, rats, bats. I crashed into the door. Let's try to go this way. It's gonna come out until we get into the thing. See if it beats me though. Is it gonna pop before I get out of the pandemonium? And I can't execute the command while jumping. Well, I never. Ooh. Hello. That is scary there. Those noises freaked me out. Nice. JC. That's good to enjoy what you do for work, or at least the people you work with. Let's see. I want to see. There's the other horsies. Oh yes, this one. This is the Shiva ice horse. Ooh, she's so cool. She leaves like... let's see. Oh my goodness, what? He's running at the dog, the sheepy. He's so small. That's hilarious. Aww. The puppy. My Little Pony vibes? Yes, I definitely can. This is like grown up My Little Pony. It's so cute. I really like this one. She kind of matches my girl a little bit. Being purple. Oh my gosh. That's big Maggie. Golden Maggie. Sir Didymus. Oh yeah. Oh, you have a winged horsey. That's so cool. Fun. Do we see him? Ooh, he's a big lion. That's neat. Metal lion. The chocobo. This one's got rocks swirling around its feet. Just kind of neat because if you run on land, then it just looks like it's kicking up like dirt, which would happen. Makes it more realistic. Until you slow down, then you see they're floating around it. That's not as realistic. Yeah. Cool. Oh, the little baby horsey. This is a unicorn. Ball chocobos. We saw this one, right? The water. Is that the water one? It's the water one. Yeah, that's the water one. Leviathan. We did the green one. Yeah, I think I showed all my horsies then, because Nightmare's there. Yes, that's the way you need to do it. Whoa, that's a tiger? A flaming tiger? Or is that a wolf? That's so cool. A wolf. That's really neat. I like that one. Oh yes, got the UFO. That's what's up. Of course, we got so lucky with the first one, though. This one's taking forever. Take is pretty classic. Ooh, you have a green wolf. That's cool. And Argos. Oh, the cloud. Nimbus. So funny. Oh, she wants me to have Argos. Look how little you are in the chair. Oh. What is that? Oh, snap. Oh, it's the bunny. The T-Rex. That's so cool. What are the bunnies? This is a dance party. And we are good to go. Yeah. Thank goodness. Uh-oh, maybe. Pew. The beastie's dance. Ooh. She looks crazy. Spooky. I don't know how I feel about it. Good luck and turn the volume up. Music is always so good. So funny. Shoot. What was that? Whew. Ruby vibes. Uh-oh. Sorry, everyone. See, I see you. Turn around. Oh, spotty, everybody. Didn't know what that did. That was not fast enough there. Eek. Ew, I've got parasites. Gross. Gosh. No. Dude, there's no way. Do-do-do-do-do-do. This is cool music though. It reminds me of some kind of band. It's a band. Not sure which one though. Cannot measure against the keyboard. What a bet. You would have bet. You don't know me. That was interesting though. Interessante. Ew, that snake is yucky. Parasite, I guess. Poor gal. Do 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 do. There you go. Commendation. Huh? Hooray! Did they have the Moogle staff? That's cute. I think so. Looks like a Moogle. Good job, everybody. Good job. We've won! The keyboard is sealed away and alive this time. Ah, Brea can't deny us now. Kinda cooking is good. So funny. Alright, let's take our final intermission. Shall return in 5 minutes. BRB.
Hello. Okay, now we're back. Woohoo! Back. Ah! I really like this raid. I think it's really interesting. Okay. It's confusing though. Like, I have no idea what's going on. Don't ask me what is happening. I have like a vague idea. But it's fun. It's interesting. Thank you, Latios. You too. Our plan was a success, although I hardly need to tell you that. The committee has been sealed away, and now you have no choice but to admit the merit in our methods. I figured, hopefully it does. I want to say I figured, but sometimes it gets real confusing with this game. But I will trust your judgment on it. You have the right of it. I am not so petty as to deny the achievements of those I've squabbled with, no matter how strongly we disagree. Yeah. Moreover, this being, ether as thin as retreating mist, unable to wield creation magics, yet powerful enough to subdue a Himitheos, has made this ordeal far more interesting. Then we have leave to continue. As for that, there is one among you whose very presence puts the others at risk. 'Twould be best to proceed without him, for failure would have consequences that reach far beyond Pandaemonium. And of whom do you speak? A warder who cannot even conduct his duty without aid. In this place, hope alone is not enough to overcome what awaits you. A single misstep will send all to their doom. Oh. So long as we each do our part and look to the allies by our side, even a neophyte can upraise his companions. That's something that berrrlynn has taught me. While I do not wish to express any bias, I am inclined to agree. If my investigation has made anything clear, it is that we are together greater than the sum of our parts. And hope has brought us this far. It drives us to seek the right path, and to act before that path lies closed to us. Oh, I like Elizabeth Themis. Actually, I kind of liked Elizabeth even when we fought him. Like, for the last time. The Crystarium. I was like, oh, I just feel sorry for him. Then tell me, what is it you hope for? To see Hephaestus in chains. That's the surest way to prevent further sacrifices. I'm aware that destroying Pandaemonium would rid us of him, but the cost is far too great. And I admit, I wish to know how he means to resurrect Athena. And there we have it. You must leave this place at once, and do not think to set foot in Pandaemonium again. What? This friggin' monster. Gosh. Oh, Brian! You had a chance at redemption, you suck. You are capable, that much is plain. Yet, Hephaestus cannot be suffered to live, and I shall not allow his talk of resurrection to poison mine or anyone else's mind. Life flows in a cycle, this is known. All souls return to the underworld, and Athena's is no exception. She has likely found a new vessel and a new journey to embark upon. You cannot be ignorant to the folly of Hephaestus' words. Even were he to breathe life into a body, the soul contained within would not be your mother's. It's the bread!
How many times did I scream like that? In ARR? What if our knowledge is perfect? Imperfect? What if Hephaestus has discovered something that no one else has? He knows all that you do, understands the bitter reality of the world. He wouldn't pursue the impossible. Think, Erchthonius. I have already explained that he is merely my twisted reflection. Is it worth bringing back your mother if it means others are used and discarded like tools? Is it worth it to see her once more? Now you measure the worth of your colleagues' lives. What was that foolish braying about saving them? Merely a performance to hide your childish devotion to your mother. Please, such barbs will get us nowhere. We should first discuss. You would call me a fool? You, who murdered your wife in service of your ambition, for the sake of the star, no doubt. Ah, I can hear it again. That voice inside my head. I know who to follow. Hephaestus. Father. Mother, oh, I love you so. And this voice, it will guide me to you. No, listen not, Erchthonius. Apologies. You taught me that a calm heart stays the course, but I could never even grasp the rudder. Oh no! Dang it! Ting-Chi and the 10 rings. I don't know. I don't know about that. Ah! The poor guy. This is all your fault. Ah! Rude. Get out of here. You deserve it. What an idiot. That's what she's thinking. She's like, girl, what an idiot, bread. Oh, okay, Sean. Hephaestus is cunning despite his warped mind. Whatever took hold of Erchthonius made short work of his reason. From the moment he laid eyes upon me, I could sense his hatred and rage simmering below the surface. 'Twas but a matter of time until it spilled forth, and that was when he fell into the spell's embrace. It is. He messes up everything. The magic woven with such skill that Erchthonius himself failed to notice until it was too late. If this is the measure of Hephaestus' power, then the other keywards had little chance to resist it. We saw his work during our encounter with Hesperos. Doubtless, Hephaestus' magics fed his admiration and envy until there was room for naught else in his heart. But there was nothing. There was something else besides. Do you not feel the presence of another?
She says, yes, I do.
Huh. Interesting, Sean. That does sound very similar. As I thought, someone was trying to warn Erchthonius, but whom? Could it have been one of the keywords?
I think it's his mama.
I think it's like his mama's soul. Alas, that warning arrived too late. I had already provoked Erchthonius past the point of no return. I bear the burden for this failure. In my stubbornness, I could but scorn the boy, and Hephaestus knew that. And now I dread to think of the ordeal that awaits him due to my rashness.
Oh, pity yourself, blah, blah, blah.
Woe is you. There's time yet to save him. We can easily regain control of Abyssus, giving us a firm foothold for which to brave Pandaemonium's lowest level. The enemy is within reach. Just as with Hesperus, Erchthonius is in danger of being consumed by Hephaestus' spell. However, I have faith that he will not easily lose sight of himself. The way forward is clear. Lahabred, pray tell us all you know of what we shall find beyond Abyssus. I can only assume one more keyword lies in wait. The deepest level of Pandaemonium is called Tartaros, and your passage shall be challenged not only by a keyword. Hephaestus has laid traps in every corner of its halls. You have no hope of surviving far past the threshold. That, I expect, is where Burr shall shine. Her dissolute ether shall allow her to slip through the traps unimpeded. We saw it when Hephaestus's had no effect, and doubtless even he has yet to devise a countermeasure. Then time is of the essence. Hephaestus is already well aware that you can matter keyword in battle. He will not stand idle while you stroll past his other defenses at your leisure. Agreed. However, clarity will be indispensable to our success, and I'm afraid I must insist upon it ere we depart. Huh? What you talking about? We have yet to discern what end Hephaestus would use Erechthonius. If you know, I would ask that you enlighten us. And then there is that matter of Athena. Why do you so fiercely rebuke Erechthonius' feelings for his mother? Well, I understand the very thought of resurrecting the dead is anathema. You act as if grief over her passing should be equally so. How are we to grapple with what plagues our friend and drives our foe if you refuse to acknowledge it? I do acknowledge it. I wish only to spare those that feel it still greater pain. Did you mean to protect Erechthonius with your silence? So instead of being honest, you bicker like a child, and so you drive your own son over the edge. Everyone needs therapy. All these freaking Asians need therapy. The ancient people need therapy. How dare you? It's the truth! No, you are right. The blame for Erechthonius' fate rests squarely on my shoulders. Very well, I shall lay bare the truth, but only after the foe before us has been laid low. The remaining keyword is Agdistis. She has served in Pandaemonium since its inception, and her affinity for magic is peerless even among the keywords. Yes. Hephaestus knows that losing her would mean the end of his experiments. He has hidden her in a space unreachable by conventional means. They do. They need that and more. But your presence makes mockery of such barriers. The scarcity of your ether means it will be trivial to send you directly to Agdistis. Yeah, it's a little obsessive. But I guess when you're not allowed to properly grieve, and your father is Lalabred, you might get a little obsessive. I think it's sad. We shall approach as closely as caution will allow. We know where the battle will commence, so I do not anticipate difficulty in detecting your presence. From afar, I shall do my best to provide you with ground on which to fight and phantom allies to aid you. As for the interment, I have yet to think of a foolproof method. Interment shall not be necessary. From here, I can sense Agdistis' essence, but it is scarcely recognizable. Hephaestus was more ambitious with her than he was with Hegemony. She has been transfigured such that barely a scantling of herself remains. We can but take comfort in what a mercy the underworld will be to her. That's sad. What a jerk Hephaestus. The seventh circle. Hee hee hee. Alright. Onward! 7th circle! Do do do! See here. Says 5 minutes. We shall see. Lucky number 7. So tomorrow I may or may not start the stream a little later. There's a lady who lost her cat that we have had a cat hanging around our house. It kind of looks like it, so she's gonna try to come over and see if it'll come around when she's here. And so I don't know how long she'll stay to try to find this cat or whatever, but I might be starting the stream around 9 or so. If it gets too late, probably we'll just cancel it, but if she's here not long, then it might be between 8:30 and 9 that we start. I wanted to just give you guys a heads up. I'm hoping it is her kitty cat, because it's supposedly the son's cat that went missing, her son. And you guys are just so poor baby. They died from waiting. Yeah, I'm hoping it is, but if not, then he's so funny. It's so cute. We'll see how it goes. My roommates are not being very positive about it, and I'm like, well, I sent her pictures and she says it's possibly their cat, so she wants to come see it. So I'm like, you know, let her come look at it and see if we can find it. Oh wait, there we are. They're just being so negative about it. I'm like, well, it's not me pushing this lady to come see it. I just sent her a picture of the cat. So it goes sometimes. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think this is referencing, like, they did do like Dante's The Divine Comedy, because the trees and the people that are in trees is it might be the 7th level. And that's for people who commit suicide. The Suicide Forest. It's so good to have you in chat. Thanks, JC. We'll see you next time in Discord. This is 2nd circle? Oh god. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember which one, but I remember really enjoying it when we went over it in school. Oh, I guess I'm not supposed to go over there. I'm coming. Hey. That was funny though. The 7th? Okay, that's what I thought it was the 7th, which means, yeah, this is the 7th circle here. It's interesting. Cool. I'm gonna look into it more when I get probably tomorrow during the day when I have some time. Yeah.
I forget. It's been so long. I think I was in like 9th or 10th grade in school when we covered it. Oh my gosh, I was moving. Bye. My dead body. Require more room for heroics. They're like, nah, forget it. Just kidding. I know the other healer had died, so... Oop. Oops. It's convergences of either. Beware what they may spawn. Oh jeez. Dig it. I don't like these ones that you can fall from. Because I fall every time. This one's tricky. At least I warned them that this is my first time. So everybody knows. I like how you can see the roots. Oh, thank you. You, I'm gonna die. Stay down. Oh dear. Good job. Yeah, I have to check it, but I remember to see what it was. I don't remember a lot from it, but I remembered that it was just so profound to me, like the tree is for suicide. I don't know. Oh, Latios, you did good job. Don't worry, I got lots of deaths too. It sucks, sad Lala. Sad Lala. I was like, what are we waiting for? Nothing. B. To leave. The moment Agdistis was slain, the flow of ether and pandemonium focused keenly on this location, creating a tunnel of sorts through which we could quickly convey ourselves. 'Twas almost as if we were ushered here. This space was created with care and concealed with powerful wards. Only a key ward would have been able to detect it, and even then with great difficulty. Ergo, hey. If only I could restore Tartarus to order. But I am afraid this is the most I can manage with such power as remains to me. It has been too long, Master La Habrea. Dave! Sounds good! See you soon! Likewise, keyword Agdistis, I should not be surprised you were able to break free of Hephaestus' spells, even diminished as you were. It was not an easy task, even with your aid. His curse digs into one's heart, creating a storm of emotions that is all too easy to become lost in. Only by chance did a fragment of myself remain, illuminating a path through the madness. And thus am I able to reappear before you now, even while my body was powerless to resist Hephaestus' command. Some small part of my logical mind stood alone in defiance. It even managed to speak to the outside world. The report! That was you! Aha! Clever! Doubtless you recognize my voice from the many times I have called out to you. The hope that those pleas would not fall on deaf ears was all that kept me from succumbing to hopelessness. But I have a greater purpose here than simply saying my farewells. There is something you must know, that the tragedies of the past do not repeat in the present. Forgive me for what I am about to do, Master La Habrea, but the story must be told. 'Tis the only way to understand Hephaestus' fixation on Erechthonius. No longer can you hide your heart away. What's going on? Hephaestus? No, the mask marks him as La Habrea. Master La Habrea had brought an end to Lady Athena's life and sealed away a part of his memories and emotions within Hephaestus.
These are my recollections of the moments following. And you truly have no intention of revealing the truth to Erchthonius. My lesser half is now buried where none can find. We'd be wise to do the same with our memory of this day. Blood should not sway the spirit so, but Athena's teachings have warped the boy. I fear he would see our star burn to keep his mother safe. Erchthonius believes that he feels love, but he is shackled by dependence. He could not bear the truth. His dependence makes it all the more important to be open with him. He will seek answers about his mother's loss, which shall inevitably lead him to you. Are you willing to accept the blame for Athena's death? Are you willing to accept your son's hatred? If that is what comes to pass, then so be it. Better to be burdened with hatred than the knowledge that Athena thought his body and soul mere tools to be used and discarded. Even were I to tell him what his mother plotted, he would ever seek reasons to believe that the true fault lies with me, or with him. Should he merely hate me, he will remain unfettered by doubt, free to serve the star far from his parents' shadow. She's sake, is this true? What the heck? What the heck? So, his mother is actually like Hojo. Erchthonius loved his mother more than life itself, and yet, what a dreadful truth you've borne all this time. Such is La Habrea's nature. Every action, every word, a solution to life's great dilemmas, and none to spare for his own. What I have revealed to you is but a small portion of a larger picture. I shall leave it to La Habrea to paint the rest for you, and for Erchthonius, I hope. Thank you, Agdistis. I always admired you, you know. What choice did I have when you sacrificed so much to guide our star to the heavens? Oh. Oh. Phaestos' doubtless sensed that his final keyword has fallen. We should return to the surface before he moves to strike us here. If we are to face him, we must be prepared to bring our full strength to bear. Ooh, it's thundering now. Oh, it's getting creepier in here. Agdistis was ever a bold woman, even in her final moments, that she would unearth the secrets of my past for all to look upon. Still, full glad am I that she faced you as her last opponent. I could think of none more worthy to send her soul off to the other side. You say that now. Wait till you get to the future, though. You aren't going to be saying that later on. One final wish. The vision you saw told the story far more eloquently than I ever could. Athena was consumed by her research, and was willing to sacrifice her own child if it hastened her progress. She did not offer him a position here out of a sense of love or pride. It was merely because she knew he would be the most pliable test subject. I see now why you hid the truth from him. I cannot say with certainty that Erchthonius could handle the weight of such betrayal. after holding his mother on a pedestal for so long. Unfortunately, it seems not even her death has ensured his safety. Hephaestus has taken up Athena's research and succeeded in creating Amethyol. I know not what his ultimate end is, but 'tis plain it is connected with the resurrection of Athena. Yes! Hello, Dave! I'll invite you as soon as this cutscene's done. Good timing. That knowledge alone is sufficient to direct our next course of action. As for the rest of your story, we shall hear it after we have returned Ecthonius to safety, in accordance with Agdistus's last wish. Very well. I can at least assure you that finding him shall prove relatively simple now that Hephaestus can no longer bend Pandaemonium to his will. There is but one place left for him to find refuge, the Black Heart of Tartarus, where Athena built her testing compound. We can assume that Hephaestus will offer fierce resistance. I must focus my every effort on securing a safe means of approach. Yeah. Naharaya, I would ask that you assume the duty of summoning Burr's Phantom Warriors. I have no objections. My ability to fight within Tartarus would be greatly diminished in any case. However, I wish to deal the final blow to Hephaestus myself. There is no need to dirty your hands with such a deed. I take it then that you have no intent to seal him away as before. The presence I felt when I encountered Hephaestus bore little resemblance to the entity I created. By his own hand, he has become something far more wicked, and the same magics that once shackled him very well shatter before the power he wields. On my pride as a researcher, I am loath to repeat the same mistake twice. I would not see these events play out again, and so he must be extinguished. Well then, I shall open the way forward. May we finish this together. Let's do it. The 8th circle. Yeah. Alright, let's get good old Dave up in here. Hooray! Equals. Equals. Alright. Let's get this party started. Huh? Does that meet the requirements? What are the requirements? Oh. Are we... What's everybody's part... class? Is that what's blocking us? Or is it me? Oops. You were fighting? Well, I never. Okay, are you ready? Good to go then? Try that again. No worries. Ah, that works. There we go. You sillies. Yeah, I have no idea. Remember one level had like the backstabbers or whatever, like Judas, I think, was on there. I think. Oh, that is causing all the problems. Tisk tisk. Oh, he's coming like a. Now we're all together. The traders were in the ninth circle, frozen under a lake. Oh, okay. I knew that they were in the story. I forgot where they were and what was their fate. But yeah, that's right, because Satan was ice. Or hell. The ninth circle, the very last circle, was icy. Which would be my personal hell, because no thank you, ice. Huh, I meant to type that. But actually, this one. Except she looks so strange when she's doing it. She's so serious. Oh my goodness. He's just exploding. He blowed up. Music. Effusively, yet for little reason. What is that? Reacts effusively. That's hilarious. Biga. What are you doing, Nadia? He's just falling. What was that? A reaction, the emote. It was so strange. I love that. That's so funny. What is happening? What is going on? The lava's broken. These emotes are great. This is part of the whole reason to play the game, is all the strange emotes. Spooky. I like this, the Lalas, when they do the scary face. Voice Cornbread does it all the time. Here we go. The emotes are the best. The emotes make my life so much better. Yes, here we go.
terrifying. It's so scary. We have to save Hib's boy.
Ericthonios is mine, heart and soul. And with your death, none will be left to stop me.
Positional stuff, you get it. Oh my gosh. Perfect imperfection. Yeah, that sounds like a username I would have made for myself in like 6th grade. Alright.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Pew. Pew.
From fulgent flame my servants rise.
Crazy.
Out of my sight!
Ah.
Leave naught but ash in your wake. Let seep sorrow into your heart. A fitting death. Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Fruits. The fruits of sacrifice, you say.
You are prey to be consumed.
Hey, Tree Bone! How are you? Ooh, don't look at me with those eyes. No, thank you. The Gorgon, haha. Like Medusa. I guess I get it, because he's got snakes and the eyes, the petrification. I get it. I get it.
Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger.
Oh.
From fulgent flame my servants rise. I tire of this farce.
You do, you do. Well, then why don't you just quit? If you're so tired of it, just give up. I hate when they say that stuff.
I shall
It's
see
like
my
you
wish
started it.
fulfilled.
Stop. None of this would have happened if you just didn't even try, okay? You knew what was gonna happen.
You will know my rage.
Oof. Okay. Let me attack you. Thanks.
flesh from bone.
Oops. Oh, really? Huh. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's the one that also petrifies us. Ah! No, 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 no.
Leave naught but ash in your way.
This person's running the same way as me. It couldn't win. Couldn't win.
Let sheep sorrow into your heart.
Kid Icarus. I never played those games, but I've heard of them.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Give it break.
You are prey to be consumed.
No, I'm not a fan of being consumed, sorry. Not down with that. Hee. Got him. Good job, guys. Good job, everyone. Yay! We beat it! Part 2, anyways. Player accommodation. Loot. Oh, why the baby Ericthonios? Yep. Yeah. Let's get going on it. It looks like blood on the ground, but I know it's not. But it looks like blood splatters. The chain of events that led to this moment began with my error. When out of mercy, I confined you here. Now I break it and leave no trace of you behind. This is not over. Nope, but I think it is. I see you will not go peacefully. Super awesome. Oh no. Even a cast-off would uphold his pride, though such an impulse must speak to the overwhelming arrogance of my other half. The name Hephaestus shall grow to eclipse yours. None shall remember the deeds of Lahabrea once I fulfill Athena's ambition to bring Ericthonius' dream to life. You speak as if you care a whit for the boy. Why then do you cower behind him? There are some desires which must not be realized. Athena would see the world destroyed if it meant she could find hers in the ruins. As for Ericthonius, he knows not what his wish would beget, a truth which you have hidden from him. Do you truly believe a father's role is to deceive and manipulate? My wish? You would claim the name Hephaestus and call yourself his father, yet you bind his mind and body in dark chains. Your words and your pride ring hollow. Athena wanted her son by her side, and he desires to return there. What wickedness is there in mending a broken family? Yeah. Athena cared not for Acthonius, beyond how he could serve her ends. You claim to be acting in his interest, but it is plain you are no different. As I ushered Athena to her end, I vowed that my sole mission in life would be to guide this star true. In service to that vow, I silenced the whispers of my heart. I could not nurture a son whilst an entire world looked to me for guidance. For that choice, I bear the responsibility. Yet he is still my son, and I'll not suffer you to seduce him with false hope. You, who are naught but the bitter dregs of Athena, and I, the very worst of us. Mother, No. Then who... How do I...
Trust in Lahabrea. Hearken to your heart. Come back to us.
I hear you. I owe you, Anthemis, an apology. Athena, did you ever? In Lahabrea, I will have my say.
Boom! Look at that. Him's powerful.
How? His mind was mine. I can't explain. Burr's words reached me through the haze. They rang loud and clear. As did the words of another, in a voice much like yours, but resounding with truth. Now, when did you master these bonds? Oh, we've endured much worse. Oh, I've never seen that one. I feel like it's pretty common trope. There's like a lot of people like to write about parents, children fighting. You worthless, you! Ugh. Like the children overcoming like the parents. Because the parents are crazy. Feel like that's seen through the ages. Just like when you fought your dad, Treebone. Oh, well. Hopefully it's healing and not causing trauma. It appears my failures have borne fruit after all. Son of Frankenstein? You did well, son. Dad!
How sweet.
I still don't like Lahabrea. Lahabrea, you still are nobody in my eyes. I don't like you. With Hephaestus' essence contained in his crystal, we may safely return Erchthonius above. That you would bind Hephaestus with only half his senses intact. You quite understand his adeptness in the art of interment. It was hardly what I had in mind, but a feat deserving of praise nonetheless. We'll finish this part out so that we can start right into the next part for next Thursday. No, he gave me a lot of trauma, a lot of frustrations. I feel no trace of Hephaestus' poison in your mind, and for a blessing, it appears your body is none the worse for wear. One second. Sorry about that. I made my way here as soon as I could. I no longer sense Hephaestus, and the force assailing Pandaemonium's barriers has ceased. Are we rid of him for good and all? See, despite his muddled senses, Erchthonius felt that to seal Hephaestus away was the proper course. Thank you. It wasn't so noble as that. I only knew something had to be done, so I acted. La Habrea, was that how you dealt with Hephaestus in the past? Indeed. He was naught but the parts of my memory and soul that I had cut away. A mass of ether without a material vessel. Storing his essence within a crystal was the most logical choice. Huh? On that matter, I believe the time has come for you to share the rest of your tale of Hephaestus' creation at Athena's end. I heard your words, but only vaguely, as if from under the surface of a deep pool. My mother wished to use me. I would hear the whole truth. I want to know what happened here, and what drove Athena to act as she did. I'm ready. Athena's brilliance outrun us all. Even the other members of the Words of La Habrea were as children in comparison. So dedicated to research was she that it was not unheard of for her to forget meals or even sleep. Her mind was ever grasping for knowledge, and it was in this endless search that she became obsessed with uncovering the secrets of life. You see, while we can conceive life in various forms, the meaning of creating a soul are beyond our ken. Similarly, though, we can enhance and alter our physical vessels. We have ever been bound to them. Athena's purpose was to shatter these limitations. Such limitations as we were not meant to surpass. She sought to enter the realm of the gods. That's what it looks like. Scarce few have the ability to comprehend what such a task entails, let alone the courage to attempt it. For most, the thought would be an idle fantasy, considered once and then discarded. Not so for Athena. As leader of the Words of La Habrea, I spoke with her often about transcending our being. From an academic perspective, the challenge has plagued countless researchers through the ages. It was during these musings that I began to formulate a theory, a means by which a person could meld with creation. The weaknesses of one would be mitigated by the strengths of the other, and the result could be something greater than we have ever imagined. Although it was but a theory, Athena insisted I develop it further, curious about every detail along the way. Our conversations became more frequent, and our platonic relationship grew into something much more. And then there was a baby. I take it I was born not soon after. I hope you can too, Dave. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Just so. I believed she bore true affection for me and was blind to her hidden intentions. When Pandaemonium was built and she requested to lead the researchers, I saw no reason to deny her. Even setting aside our relationship, her accomplishments as a scholar made her the obvious choice. However, in giving her Pandaemonium, I also gave her free rein to conduct whatsoever experiments she could devise. But when you found out what she was doing, you killed her. With haste to Pandaemonium, the moment I learned of these hidden chambers, I left Agdistis to keep watch from the Tartarus' vestibule as I ventured deeper, knowing not what would await me. As for what occurred next, 'tis best you see with your own eyes. What is it? Is that me? You are well aware that out of respect for our neighbors and Elpis, the researchers of Pandaemonium are not to be masked. Yet you stand before me with your face covered. What petty defiance is this? What indeed? So quick you are to rebuke me, though you yourself have not set foot in these halls since their inception. You must have known you could not conceal this from myself and Agdistis forever, as well as you know that I cannot allow it to continue. I shall say this but once. Release Ericthonius, else I shall have no choice but to strike you down. I would meet my end at the hands of none other. However, ere my time has come, I will have you know the why of it. Then you will not desist. Once you understand what has driven me this far, you shall see that stopping was never an option. The feelings of one weigh little against the needs of the entire star. Of course, of that I am well aware, but you did not deign to descend from your lofty heights simply to lecture me as you would a child. You have an interest in my motivations. What possessed Athena, peerless researcher and mother to the son of the great La Habrea, to embark upon the path to her downfall? History will demand an answer, but it is you who deserves one. Give me your hand, La Habrea, and we shall know one another. Impossible. You bonded your souls. Aye, if the boundaries between us would cease to be, she offered me everything to be understood. I found myself unable to refuse. At the moment, my mind was a storm of questions, yet one roared the loudest. Did Athena ever truly love me? Dang, emotions getting in the way. I have become the memory and mind. This doesn't sound like a good idea at all. And I thee. This poor child. Can you feel it? It's bright. My heart, all that I am. Yes, as if it were my own. So she didn't really die? A fathomless desire to dissect the mysteries of life, to transcend our mortal flesh and bleed into a higher plane of existence. An unquenchable thirst for knowledge, not a single thought spared for another, for the star. Oh, okay. They're still alive. I was confused. How disappointing. Yet what is known cannot be unknown. You have beheld my life's work. Try as you might to excise the memory, the seed of desire remains. And when it takes root, you too shall be consumed by the selfsame fervor. I will dig it out. I will dispense with the corruption in my soul ere your rotten insight spreads. It was my weakness that let this wickedness fester, but never again. Today I cast aside fickle emotion and abide in duty alone. Today I renounce all that I was and live only as La Habrea. Okie dokie. Thus did I forsake the part of myself that had been polluted by Athena sealing it within a crystal. Never did I think I would one day face those memories made flesh. Forgive my bluntness, but your actions bordered on insanity. To go to such lengths to escape your memories. You nearly rewrote your very existence. Man, but it do be like that sometimes. If I could have rewrote some memories, I probably would have. Like in that moment, just like be driven to how crazy they could drive you. Yeah. Rest assured, the change did not go unnoticed by our colleagues in the convocation. Igayon and Emitselk in particular made plain the suspicions they harbored. As well as they should have. That you escaped with your life was nothing short of a miracle. Why did you destroy the crystal then and there? Did you think to one day make use of the knowledge it contained? Yeah, it can make you crazy sometimes. You feel like you're going crazy. It's not fun. Shot. Bone reels. I will not deny such considerations played into my decision, but my main motivation was fear. I had never attempted such a feat before. The crystal was my sole recourse should something go awry with the remainder of my soul. In hindsight, to cling to it was a mistake born of doubt. Athena must have anticipated that I would resort to such measures and prepared a vessel beforehand that would accept the dregs of my soul. Hephaestus doubtless believed he was performing his duty as a husband and father should, yet in truth he was but a puppet being pulled to and fro by Athena's desires. His goal was not to raise himself high. He thought only of seeing his dear Athena live again, that she might finish what she began. Yet for all of that, he and I were alike. We yet shared a fatal flaw, you see. Our need for control blinded us to other perspectives. While I was in the thrall to Hephaestus, you called out to me. What say you now? Does La Habra speak true? La Habrea. La bread. La bra. La la. He did promise. Yes, and now it's your turn to do the same. What does your heart tell you? I just want to know one thing. Did you truly believe that hiding the truth was best for me? Even knowing how I felt about my mother? The La Habrea I know had a fatal flaw, after all. I'm still not convinced. I have said all that I can say. Now it is for you to choose to believe me, or not. The La Habrea I know holds duty above all else. I would sooner prostrate myself before an erupting volcano than place my fickle emotions in his path. When you return to the surface, you'll doubtless don that mask once more. So before we climb out of the Forsaken Pit, I should say. Thank you, Hephaestus. Oh, well. Poor kid. Poor baby. Oh, that was the quest accepted? I was like, huh? I've heard enough. There is more I would yet discuss, but we should first return to Pandaemonium's gates. I'll gather my thoughts on the way. This son? Do 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 do. Oh. I owe you an apology, Bear. It was due to my own inexperience that Hephaestus was so easily able to take hold of my mind. I also owe you thanks. If you and Themis hadn't chosen to brave the chaos occurring in Pandaemonium, then I would have never known La Habrea's story, my father's story. It was a tale I too was fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Azem upon my return. I cannot help but wonder how much of this she foresaw. I am afraid I cannot allow that, Elidibus. So long as you retain control of Pandaemonium, there is work to be done. But of course, I shall first free the remaining warders and restore this place to its former glory. Using the facilities in Tartaros, we should be able to reverse the changes made to their bodies and minds. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. That is well, but I must yet learn why I was considered the key to Hephaestus' experiments and how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed. And I intend to destroy the crystal containing Hephaestus' essence, that this mistake never again repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. There is yet the matter of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Hephaestus' ether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. Yep, that's not the crystal we're coming here for. There was another. All the rock candies. while imbuing a crystal with memories is a simple process. Storing a message, a warning even, would be something altogether more complex. This also means that someone besides the present company and Azam was aware of the plot unfolding within Pandaemonium. Then why would they not make themselves known even now? No threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the other warders. We shall question them after they are freed. That task may take some time. A resource I'd rather not steal more from you. Return at your leisure and we will share our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. I am of the same mind. Leave the loose ends to us and continue upon your journey. Or, if you are so inclined, take a much needed repose. This talk of journey smacks of Azam. As well as it should. She has pledged to keep moving until she has seen every corner of the world. If you do find yourself with a spare moment, you might bring that crystal of yours to La Habrea. You may be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friend. All the way back to these guys. Dun dun dun. Back to these. It feels like so long since we've seen them. So much has happened. Beep-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Hello, baby guava. He's so cute. Little guava. You blended right in. You looked like you belonged with the scenery. This white, like he's in the white. I thought you were just an NPC. Let's bring her on home, boys. Why, if it isn't Bear, excuse me if I'm not my usual chipper self, but we have not been without our difficulties in your absence. You see, communication with the airship Professor Claudia commissioned for his search was lost some time ago, and now we have quite lost track of where he might be. It's a big matter to us. Namiji has just sent word of an unusually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the ethereal sea. I was just on my way to Altioscope, in fact. Please, you must come with me. What's happening here? Say what? What is that? Is it real? Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you are never far behind? Oh, hi. Papa Olivia. Because I'm a hero. I'm supposed to save the world. That's what I do. And you two, Professor Claudian's assistants, I take it. As you arrived before me, I take it you are involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation. That's freaky. Just shows up. That's crazy. Be like, I don't know why it's here, but I can tell you what I've been doing. While the research summary you submitted to the forum gave us no cause for concern, these details are alarming.
The professor's last message indicated he is on his way to Aziz Law, but we know not whether he ever reached his destination.
Rasha Deva.
Right. Perfect, Tony.
Rasha Deva, even for Claudian, but he has ever allowed the thrill of discovery to cloud his better judgment. We have no recourse but to entreat Ishgard's aid in searching for him. As for that unsightly fortress which materialized in the ethereal sea, Pandaemonium was it? It cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled so as to minimize panic. We will gather those with knowledge of the ethereal sea and continue monitoring it for further irregularities. You two, submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nevertheless, I would ask for your assistance at such a time that our investigation has concluded. Very good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must apprise the forum of what has occurred here. They should make her write a report.
Fancy.
Turn around, there's a whole gang behind me. Oh. Hold on, let's finish this out. Just when we need him the most, Professor Glaudian remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. We are left with scarce few straws to grasp at. While I am but a lowly assistant, even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. The same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. Conversely, I see now that my unexperienced imagination failed to do Pandaemonium's pitiless spires justice. I can only wonder, if the facility itself traversed the ages, did the creations within do the same? What of the keywords? The answers to those questions shall come in time, I am sure. For now, I must do as Master Fortuno asked to write that report. As for you, Burr, pray get what rest your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we shall need you in prime condition.
Ta-da! Now, finally finished.
All those little tie-ups at the end. It's crazy.
Latios is dead. That was fun, guys. I had a very good time. Very, very, very much enjoy raid nights. They're so nice. I have so much fun with you guys. But now I suppose we must say goodbye. So, next week, Thursday, raid night. Hopefully Dave, you can make it on time. Or close, so you can catch the part you really want to see. That's all. But, alright. Well, we'll see you guys. I might be a little later to start tomorrow. Not sure. I'll keep you updated. It was a blast. I had so much fun with you all. I will see you in the Discord. And if not, I'll see you at stream tomorrow. And if not, then I'll see you around next Thursday. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. I will see you later. Bye.